Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, the 17th day of August 2025. This is the news hour on TV Sapientia. My name is Somto Okafor. You're welcome. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Barrister Mimi Ifeoma Azikiwe, the candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, winner of the Onitsha North State Constituency by-election. In the result announced by the INEC's returning officer, Professor Ibiam Ekpe, Azikiwe emerged winner with 7,774 votes to defeat her closest rival and the candidate of African Democratic Congress, Justice Azuka, who got 1,909 votes. While announcing the result early on Sunday morning, the INEC returning officer commended the various candidates for their peaceful conduct and hailed the voters for turning out en masse during the exercise. Ifeoma Azikiwe will now fill the seats left vacant by the former lawmaker, Justice Azuka, who was kidnapped and subsequently killed and would serve out his remaining 2 years. Also, the electoral umpire has declared Nwachukwu of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, winner of the Anambra South senatorial by-election. Nwachukwu emerged winner with a total of 90,408 votes, which is the highest. This means that Nwachukwu will now replace the late occupant of the seat, late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has announced the arrest of 2 men he identified as leaders of the Ansaru terrorist group. Ribadu, who disclosed this at a press briefing on security development at the Office of the National Security Advisor, identified those arrested as Abu Bara, the Amir, and Muhammadu, the Deputy Amir. They were said to be responsible for masterminding several terrorist operations in Nigeria as well as high-profile kidnappings. The NSA said the 2 men had been on Nigeria's most wanted list for years, having jointly spearheaded multiple attacks on civilians, security forces, and critical infrastructure. Ribadu said the suspect operations included the 2022 Kuje jailbreak, the attack on the Niger uranium facility, the 2013 abduction of French engineer Francis Colomb in Castina, and the May 1, 2019 kidnapping of Alhaji Musa Umar Uba. The NSA noted that the arrest had effectively dismantled the group's central command while paving the path for its complete annihilation. The Dangote Refinery is set to commence nationwide fuel distribution using 4,000 compressed natural gas CNG-powered trucks, according to Abubakar Megandi, National President of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN. The refinery has started numbering the trucks and may begin distribution within the next week. The Dangote Refinery had planned to start deploying the trucks for direct supply of petroleum products to end users, telecoms, and other bulk customers on August 15, 2025. Checks by newsmen indicated that the refinery, which has already taken delivery of many trucks, did not start the direct fuel distribution as previously planned. Addressing newsmen yesterday, Megandi said the refinery has started numbering the trucks and may start in the next 1 week. Megandi said that the short delay should not cause panic, while assuring Nigerians that the direct distribution will culminate in reducing fuel prices as middlemen would be eliminated. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NiMet, has predicted rain and thunderstorms across the country from Sunday to Tuesday. NiMet's weather outlook released on Saturday in Abuja envisaged moderate rain over parts of Jigawa, Taraba, Bauchi, Gombe, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, Yobe, Borno, and Adamawa State during the morning hours on Sunday. The agency also forecast thunderstorms with moderate rains over parts of Zamfara, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Sokoto, Kebbi, Yobe, Borno, Adamawa, and Taraba states later in the day. The agency anticipated cloudy skies across the southern region during the morning period. According to NiMet, moderate rains are expected in parts of Enugu, Anambra, Oyo, Osun, Edo, Ondo, Ogun, Ekiti, Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, Delta, Rivers, Lagos, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Lagos states. Later in the day, it predicted a high possibility of flood occurring in parts of Osun State during the forecast period. It therefore urged the public not to drive under heavy rain. NiMet advised states with the possibility of flash floods to activate emergency response plans. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has recovered over 5 billion naira and $10 million from contractors and government officials indicted in the fraud in the turnaround maintenance of the nation's refineries in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and Warri. It was gathered that the anti-graft agency was working to recover another 10 billion naira and $13 million, allegedly siphoned through contractors engaged in the maintenance. It was reported that Nigeria's 4 refineries have been largely dormant for decades, despite several attempts at rehabilitation. Successive administrations have budgeted billions of dollars for their turnaround maintenance, but the facilities in Warri, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt have continued to underperform, forcing the country to rely heavily on imported petroleum products. Top sources at the anti-graft agency revealed that fraudulent practices, including over-invoicing, contract inflation, and questionable payments, were largely responsible for the inability of the refineries to function, despite huge public spending over the years. The source added that some serving and retired members of the management of the NNPCL and the refineries will be charged soon. Months after the Mokwa Bridge in Niger State was washed away by flooding, President Bola Tinubu has approved 16.7 billion naira for its reconstruction. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made the disclosure on Saturday in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, after a meeting with the Minister of Works, Senator Dave Umahi. Idris, who is currently leading a federal delegation on a 3-day inspection of infrastructure projects and citizen engagement programs across the southeast, said the approval reflected the administration's responsiveness to urgent national infrastructure needs. According to him, the Mokwa Bridge, which is a 10-span bridge, serves as a major artery for transportation and economic activities in Niger State and beyond. Kebbi State has been thrown into mourning following the death of Emir of Zuru, Major General Muhammadu Sami, retired. The Emir passed away on Saturday night at the age of 81. The State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Alhaji Garba Umar Doshumari, confirmed the monarch's death in a statement released to journalists in Benin Kebbi on Sunday. According to the statement, the Emir died in a London hospital after a brief illness. He is survived by 4 wives and 7 children. In a condolence message, the Kebbi State government expressed its deep grief over the passing of the revered traditional ruler, describing him as a respected leader whose contributions to peace and development in Zuru Emirate and Kebbi State will forever be remembered. And tragedy occurred along the People's Club Lincoln Road, Obosi, in Idemili North local government area of Anambra State, when a black Lexus Jeep driven by security operatives suspected to be DSS officials in a convoy rammed into 2 tricycles, killing 1 passerby instantly and injuring several others. It was gathered that the incident, which happened at about 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, created panic in the area as occupants of the 2 tricycles were immediately rushed to an undisclosed nearby hospital, where they were said to have been placed on a danger list. When contacted, the spokesman for the Anambra State Police Command, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, confirmed the incident. Ikenga, however, said preliminary inquiries confirmed that the recovered vehicle does not belong to any security agency in the state, as speculated. Ikenga added that the Commissioner of Police, CP Ikoye Otugu, has ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident. Otugu also appealed to residents of the area to remain calm and cooperate with the police as efforts are being intensified to unravel the full circumstances surrounding the incident. The Ondo State Police Command has arrested a 29-year-old Bello Aziz for allegedly faking his kidnapping to extort money from his family and acquaintances. DSP Olushola Ayolande, the command spokesperson, revealed in a statement on Saturday that Aziz, a native of Ikwele in Owo local government area, hatched the scheme after his father refused to lend him 500,000 naira to repay a debt. The suspect reportedly instructed that the 500,000 naira ransom raised through family contributions and a GoFundMe account be transferred directly into his personal bank account, a request that was initially complied with. But suspicion rose when his family questioned why a kidnapping victim would demand payment into his account, prompting them to alert the police. Investigators tracked the suspect's phone and found that he had remained in Owo throughout the alleged abduction. Aziz was arrested and confessed to the crime. He will be charged in court upon completion of the investigations. He further called on the public to reject all forms of deception and continue supporting the police to promote peace, security, and societal progress. And lastly, on the foreign news, the United States has suspended the issuance of visitor visas for people from Gaza, citing the need for a full and thorough review of recent approvals for humanitarian cases, the State Department announced on Saturday. The announcement came one day after a series of furious social media posts by Laura Luma, who is known for promoting racist conspiracy theories and claiming that the terrorist attacks were an inside job. In a series of posts on X on Friday, Luma called on the State Department to stop giving visas to Palestinians from Gaza, who she said were pro-Hamas and affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood and funded by Qatar, without providing evidence. Luma's target was the US-based charity Heal Palestine, which said last week it had helped 11 critically wounded Gazan children, as well as their caregivers and siblings. All right, that was the news hour on TV Sapiencia. On behalf of the editorial and technical crew, my name is Somto Okafor. Good afternoon once again, and thank you for choosing TV Sapiencia. Have a wonderful Sunday.